This is the BionX D series, and I've got to say, it's a very unique design, brand new from these guys. It's coming out in kit form in late August 2014, and in Europe it's actually going to be on some mountain bikes with Wheeler, and again, more and more in the future. The way BionX works is you can go to your local electric bike retailer and they can get this kit and they can install it for you, make sure it's done right and everything, and then you'll have essentially your bike, but with a really solid kit on it. The way that their kits work, all of them are gearless, so they're known for being really quiet. They have regeneration, 4 modes actually, and regenerative braking. They've got throttle as well. It's a really cool system, and the D series is exciting because it's so narrow. You can see this, there's plenty of room for a cassette, but it's also wide, right? It definitely stands out. That's because they've got the magnets distributed around the edge like that, and it gives you just more torque. It really feels great to ride this thing, and they're talking about putting it on kind of trail bikes. Like, it gives you a lot more climbing power than some of the smaller hubs, and it's relatively light. It's about 4 kilograms, 8.8 pounds, and that's just for the hub motor right there. The battery pack is equally impressive. This thing uses lithium, manganese, cobalt battery cells. It locks to the frame. You can also take it off, so you can charge this inside, store it away from the elements, or perhaps take it off to make the bike lighter for, putting this on a rack and moving it around. It's a really versatile kit, and I love that the battery weight is sort of low and center on the bike like that. Another neat feature that their battery offers is this sort of deep sleep mode. So after 2 months of inactivity, or 2 weeks if the battery is down to 10% of its capacity, it will go into deep sleep mode, and it will turn off like all circuits and everything so that it will basically avoid discharging even more. And that basically means that you could leave this for a longer time period without topping it off, and it won't get damaged as easily, because lithium batteries, as they slowly discharge, if they go all the way to zero, that's hard on them. So it's just, they're really thinking about how to make their stuff last. It's high quality stuff. Again, they work with big companies to actually put their system in, like Smart, like BMW. They're all using BionX kits, and again, this new D series is sort of top of the line, brand new thing. It's also one of the only BionX kits to have more of this composite plastic shell. Stays really cool, still rides really quiet. They've even got sound dampening material in there, and it's somewhat modular. Like, you've got the wires coming off here, and you can disconnect those. To put it on and take it off, again, working with a shop is ideal. You can see they've just got these bolts on there. You want it to be solid, like, secure on your bike, because it is direct drive. It doesn't freewheel, which would mean just like coast on its own. And because of that, you get the regenerative braking and stuff. But again, there might be some cogging. I'm gonna go into that in a minute. Here's the display, kind of standard BionX, plus and minus. Goes into different levels of assist. I'm in all the way up on the 4th level right now. You can go all the way down to -4, and you could use that as like a workout if you wanted to, sort of trickle charge your battery, or you could use that coasting down a big hill, and that's going to save your brake rotors and stuff. It's cool to have that, and they've even got it integrated so you can turn the lights on. Like, if you hold the power button for a couple seconds like that, the lights will activate. They're all wired in. Just sweet. It's awesome that they have so many different features. Here's the breakout throttle. So on this one, you could actually kind of reach it from the left, change your modes, or you could reach it from the right, plus, minus. There's your little throttle. You do have to be going about 2 miles per hour to activate the throttle. And that's kind of a safety feature that they've always had on their systems, which kind of makes sense, like one pedal stroke, and then you can throttle it if you need to. But it's great that they have both. I like that. This is going to get better range, going to be better for climbing using pedal assist, and it does have torque sensors. It's very sophisticated and smooth, but again, sometimes you want that throttle. So again, I think the price on this is $24.99, due out in August 2014.
So the specs on the motor are 500 watt nominal output, 700 watt peak, so again, one of the more powerful BionX motors, and then the battery size is 48 volts, 11.5 amp hours, so that's 550 watt hours of capacity.
Let's do the little cogging test real quick here. not too bad. The system was completely off when I did that. And you know, cogging is you've got all these magnets, and as they pass the stator, which electrifies and you know gives you the drive, if all of that's off, those magnets still kind of go past the stator and do a little bit of drag. And I could hear it a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's distributed, you know, out towards the edges of this, and you know, yeah, kind of is what it is. So let's get back here. Press one of the buttons. The display comes on. I'm gonna get ready to just hop on this thing. Again, it's like 20 mile per hour top speed. America, Canada. Yeah, here we go. Woo! Very zippy. Good torque on this thing too. Oh man. Not bad. So this is built onto just a basic specialized bike, but the cool thing about these kits is you can put it on almost any bike as long as it's got that rear wheel, and then you can pick out the cassette and you can do all that stuff. Definitely neat to see these guys pushing the technology forward. It's always been quiet, it's always been super efficient, and then you know, having regen and having the lights option, it's cool. It's kind of got everything you need. With a hub motor design like this, of course, you do have increased unsprung weight, so this is going to work optimally on like a hardtail mountain bike, or you know, a city bike, or just something like that, versus like a rear suspension. I think you could do it, but again, that's like almost 9 pounds in the wheel, and of course, you know, it adds pressure to the spokes and stuff. But that's one of the neat things about how this is designed. Actually, see how it's center spoked? Like the spokes come all the way down to the center. They aren't connected to the edge of this motor. And so that extra length is going to give you some nice cushion and flex. And that's really how, you know, wheels are meant to be set up on bicycles. So it's very cool that that they did that with this hub motor. I don't think I've seen any other electric bikes that did that. I was going to do a quick climb test. You can see there's like a hill in the background there. Might as well. So I'm in the top level of assist, kind of in a climbing gear back there. Just go up right here. There we go. No problem. Look at that. I'm like up in the trees. Just climbed from down there. And had no problem. And it was quiet. Like, that's the other thing. If you're mountain biking, you're out on a trail or something like that, yes, visually this is a little bit larger, but it's just so quiet that I think it's sort of less upsetting. It's less obtrusive. I'll do one more climb. Let's see here. There's the hill. Yeah. I'm really not having to push that hard. I'm going pretty slow, and it's still giving me a lot of support. So awesome. That's the BionX D-Series sort of kit that, again, is going to be available on some fully built electric bikes. For the full specs on this, more info and comments, I'll see you back at ElectricBikeReview.com.